Have you ever imagined what it would be like if a third of the world's population suddenly disappeared? This very scenario happened in the 14th century with the arrival of the Black Death. Originating in the depths of Asia, this deadly plague began its journey, hitching rides along the bustling trade routes. The year was 1347 when Europe first tasted the bitterness of the Black Death. Italian merchants returning home from the east unknowingly carried with them a silent passenger, the bacterium Yersinia pestis. This bacterium was not a slow traveler. It spread with terrifying speed, hopping from host to host, carried by the humble flea and its unsuspecting rat companions. It was a master of disguise, hiding in the very lifeblood of its victims, causing fever, chills, and the infamous buboes from which it got its name. By the end of 1347, the Black Death had firmly gripped Europe, setting the stage for one of the most devastating pandemics in human history. Imagine a disease so deadly that it could kill a healthy person within days, and so contagious that it could spread through an entire town in a matter of weeks. This was the reality of the Black Death in the Middle Ages. From its arrival in Italy, the disease spread like wildfire across Europe. It swept through bustling cities and humble hamlets alike, from the vineyards of France to the shores of England, even reaching the frigid landscapes of Scandinavia. The speed at which the Black Death moved was truly terrifying. It leaped from one town to the next, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The lack of medical knowledge only added fuel to the fire. Without an understanding of how diseases were transmitted, people unknowingly facilitated the spread of the plague, hastening their own demise. Within just a few years, the Black Death had spread across the entire continent, leaving no corner of Europe untouched. How do you think society would change if over half of its population suddenly vanished? The Black Death brought about such drastic changes, reshaping Europe in ways that still echo today. Imagine one day waking up to an unrecognizable world. This was the reality for Europeans during the mid-14th century, when the Black Death decimated between 30 and 60% of the population. Whole communities were wiped out, leaving ghost towns in their wake. The immediate effects were catastrophic, a loss so profound it's hard to fully grasp. But the impact of the Black Death extended beyond the immediate loss of life. It left a lasting imprint on the very fabric of society, reshaping religious beliefs, social structures, and economic systems. Religion, a cornerstone of medieval life, was deeply affected. People began to question their faith as they saw the indiscriminate nature of the plague, killing both the virtuous and the wicked. As a result, some lost their faith completely, while others turned to fervent piety, hoping to appease what they believed was divine wrath. The social structure, too, underwent significant changes. With a sudden labor shortage after the massive death toll, the value of labor drastically increased. Serfs, previously bound to the land they worked on, were now in a position to negotiate for higher wages and better working conditions. This was a significant shift in power dynamics that marked the beginning of the end for serfdom and the rise of a new middle class. Economically, the Black Death was a paradox. On one hand, it caused widespread economic disruption due to the loss of workforce. On the other hand, it led to an increase in wages and a decrease in prices due to lower demand. This resulted in a significant redistribution of wealth, with the survivors often inheriting the wealth of those who perished. The Black Death, while devastating, ultimately acted as a catalyst for change, propelling Europe into a new era. From the ashes of the old world, a new society emerged, forever marked by the scars of the plague, but also shaped by the opportunities it inadvertently created. The Black Death was a horror that Europe had never seen before and has never seen since. This ghastly plague arrived unannounced, spreading with a ferocity that was unparalleled, decimating between 30 and 60% of Europe's population in just a few short years. The impact was profound, leading to significant socio-economic changes and a shift in cultural norms. The Black Death serves as a stark reminder of the power of disease and the profound ways in which it can shape human history.